Hello, sentient beings. Uh, Welcome to the second episode of the evolutionary tree of all Pokemon up to Generation 8, because I'm making this in 2021, so Gen 9 hasn't come out yet, if it ever comes out, which it most likely will, because they want money. Um, but yeah, we're on the first page of this, the origin page, because, um, well, I neglected to mention some Pokemon. Wobbuffet and Sigilyph. They are unknown. They are black thingies with eyeball on them, and they are psychic type, and they are unknown. That is, they're weird. They don't fit in anywhere else. What is a Wobbuffet? It's not a lizard. It's not a fish. It's not a mammal. Sigilyph. It's not a bird. It may have feathers, but it's not a bird. Not a bird. Anyway, let's go on to the first offshoot of Mew, the fishy offshoot. Okay, so you might be saying, adhesive mailbox, Mew isn't a fish, and obviously it's not. But you see, this is why I made this series, because Mew is a very special creature. It is not just a psychic, floating, magical, prehistoric, legendary cat creature. It is also based on a fetus, and it's also adorable, but it is also capable of magical transformation due to the move Transform. And you might be saying, well, adhesive mailbox, there ain't no fish to transform into, except that the legendary Pokemon that Arceus created in the beginning of time, or slightly after the beginning of time, I guess, after the Earth was created or whatever. Most legendary Pokemon. That includes, guess what? Kyogre, among others. But Kyogre is a fish, and that means that Mew can turn into a fish. But of course, it's a legendary Pokemon, and Mew can't transform into legendary Pokemon very well. I mean, it can in the games, but you know, maybe it has some mutations going on, because it can actually reproduce. Unlike these losers who can't reproduce, virgins. Anyway, so yeah, Mew. Yeah, these are the fish. I probably forgot something because I'm not researching this. I'm just going off memory, which is kind of sad because I remember all of the Pokemon. Uh, not all of them, but most of them. So we got Wishcash. It's a fish. We got Kingdra. It's a fish. We got Sea King, Luminion, Barraskewda, Bruxish, Quillfish, Basculin, and Vish, which is the Galarian fossil Vish. We don't know the full Pokemon, but it's called Vish in the game, like Dracovish and Arctovish. That's the thing. Then we also got Huntail and Gorbis, which are sea serpents. Milotic and Gyarados, which are also sea serpents. One of them is pink, has flowy things on it. One of them is blue and is scary-ish. Huntail isn't really that scary, but Milotic and Gyarados, they're obviously very closely related because they're fish things that turn into sea serpents. Same deal going on with the with Reuniclus and Goodra, where they have the same sort of uh, evolution line. Metamorphosis is the scientific term. Here you will notice there is no Garchomp. There is no Garchomp. Sharpedo and Mantine, they are cartilaginous fish. One of them is a uh, uh, manta ray, and the other one is a shark. But you will notice that there is no Garchomp. Well, you might be saying, hey, aren't Sharpedo and Garchomp closely related? No, they are not. Because Garchomp is a wyvern. It is a dragon that has its wings as its arms. Sharpedo is a fish. They are not the same thing, and I am tired of people saying they are the same thing. And you might be saying, hey, they both have the star thing and they both have the same color scheme. No, no. Have you heard of something called mimicry? Because that is most definitely what is going on here. I think what is going on is Mullerian mimicry because they both have similar defense mechanisms. They bite their opponents very hard. And if they want to not get into fights, because Pokemon are battling. That's the thing they do. They battle. If they want to avoid a fight, they want to have bright colors and patterns. A star on the face, navy on the back, and red on the bottom. And since both of these creatures have some overlapping areas they live in, they would have the same defense patterns because they have the same defense mechanism called Mullerian mimicry. They are not closely related because one of them has four limbs and a tail, and the other one doesn't have that. Okay, rant over. Over here, we have Relicanth. Relicanth, he's a cool Pokemon. You know, a lobe-finned fish, as opposed to the ray-finned fish over here. And then we got Politoed, Poliwrath, Greninja, and Krogunk, and Seismitoad. They're frogs. Greninja and Krogunk are frogs that do not tadpole. They aren't tadpoles, but they're still frogs, so they're here. Then we have Toxtricity, Dragapult. You might think that Dragapult is a lizard because it's dragon type. It is not. It is a amphibian because it is, it has gills in its baby form, and Dreepy has gills, and it is also based on a prehistoric amphibian. Same with Toxtricity, based off the same thing. It's an amphibian. With Quagsire and Swampert, Quagsire is a giant Japanese salamander, a salamander. Swampert is an axolotl salamander, which is another case of neoteny, just like Berserker, where it has the gills of Wooper because it's neotenic. I don't know why it has that, but it does. And then Salazzle is the final one. It is a salamander. It's a salamander. I don't know what to tell you. It's here because it's a salamander. I definitely forgot some Pokemon. Leave your hate comments below. I won't read them, and I don't care. You don't matter at all. Anyway, that is the second episode of the Pokemon evolutionary tree thingamajig. And goodbye. And remember, Garchomp and Sharpedo are not and they're not closely related. Goodbye.